Hey everyone, I'm Ben. I'm a biologist for General Hydroponics R&D. I want to talk about the proper way to mix a stock solution of our FloraPro water-soluble fertilizers. First, as always, use a clean stock tank. Next, you want to make sure you're mixing the proportions correctly. Every 1 gallon of stock solution should have exactly 1 pound of FloraPro fertilizer mixed into it. We recommend mixing stock solution in 25-gallon increments so that you can use a full 25-pound bag for each increment. This will help avoid mixing errors and you won't have to measure out fertilizer or store the leftovers. It's important to note that when using a full 25-pound bag, the final volume of the mixed solution should be exactly 25 gallons with the bag of fertilizer included. This means mixing the fertilizer into an amount of RO water that's less than the final desired volume, and then once it's mixed, adding more RO water up to that desired volume. If you were to measure out a full 25 gallons of water and then add a 25-pound bag of fertilizer, you would increase the total volume of that solution past 25 gallons. So to ensure a proper concentration of stock solution, mix the fertilizer into an amount of RO water that's about 70% of the final desired volume, and then add more RO water once it's mixed up to that desired volume. Now, some growers have stock tanks with built-in mixers. Some growers mix their tanks using a hand drill and a mixing attachment. We use a custom-built mixer that sits on top of our tanks for hands-free mixing. Regardless of how you choose to mix your stock solution, it's very important to ensure the solution is mixed well. So, as I just mentioned, start by filling your stock tank to 70% of the desired final volume and use RO water if it's available. While agitating the solution, slowly pour in the correct amount of FloraPro water-soluble fertilizer. Now mix that solution for at least 15 to 30 minutes. You cannot overmix the solution, but you can undermix it, so err on mixing for a longer duration. Using warm water will help the fertilizer to dissolve, and ensuring that the fertilizer has completely dissolved is very important. If your fertilizer has not completely dissolved due to undermixing, this means some fertilizer will not be available in the solution. This will result in lower EC concentrations, which over time could deprive the plant of essential nutrition. Now, a properly mixed batch of FloraPro stock solution should look consistent and transparent, just like this. So once you're sure your solution is fully mixed, now add the remaining volume of water that will bring the solution up to your final desired volume. You've now properly mixed a batch of FloraPro water-soluble fertilizer. Remember to follow these mixing guidelines every time to ensure great consistency of the fertilizer solution that your plants depend on. This is Ben from General Hydroponics saying, happy growing, folks.